Hello and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we'll have episode 4 of the Moto3 first person career mode. Just before we get into the on track action, I just want to show off my new helmet I have created. So it is uploaded. You can see on the right side the name, and there she is. Just a little quick design I made, something a bit different. I have the Irish colours through most of it. I have the kind of stars on top, just a little something different, something I said I'd throw together for the career mode. Something a bit more unique and nice. I also have a new number. You can probably just see it there. So it's kind of a white number with the green and orange backgrounds for, again, the Irish colours. Just something a bit different. Again, in the career mode, you're not going to see it, but I said I'd show you anyway. And this is what the rider looks like in full. So yeah, let's get on track. Coming across the line now, just to start my last lap in qualifying. Coming into turn 1, it's again a heavy rain session. I'm poor into turn 1 of brakes here. I've had big issues so far in the session with the bike snapping sideways under heavy braking into turn 1, so I had to take it quite gentle. As you can see there, Yarmolenko managed to pass me into turn 1 and now he seems to hold me up. But through the whole weekend it's been damp, and now for qualifying 1 it is quite heavily raining. Didn't have the pace really in the damp conditions. Had very similar problems with the bike as I did in Austin, with the rear pumping and just having no edge grip. We've gotten back past Yarmolenko into turn 6. Now we need to just push on and see, can we sneak our way into Q2? I'm not confident. I don't really out. Again, struggling for pace. Simple as that. But we'll give it our go anyway. At the moment, not on a great lap as it seems, because I am grey in the first sector and coming to the end of sector 2. And just up into this nice tight right hand, and I get too tight up onto the inside curb. You can see that's cost me more time, 1.6 off of the leader in the current session. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to make that time back in the next section. We shall see in a second or two, but once again struggling in qualifying for pace in the rain after pole position the last race as I hit the curb again. Another abysmal lap, 2.5 seconds off, and I'm going on a personal best, which isn't great, into the last corner. Now I do feel quite strong in the last corner. I seem to be able to get a great run up the hill and on the AI when I'm behind them, but I know it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a high 1 minute 50. It's going to be a 1 minute 50. 59. It was a low 59. I think a 1:59.3. Right. Here we go. Dry race, thankfully. 5 red lights and we're off. It seems to be a good initial launch. Just about. We're trying to get tucked into the slipstream. Now I've learned from my mistake of Texas, and I've underfueled the bike a touch as Dennis Anchu comes up turn 1 and he's touched me, he's down, he's into side me, he's pushed me off the track. And my teammate Ricardo Rossi Nepa has gone down as well. The third man in the team. And there's another crash up ahead. There is another Red Bull IO KTM, the Tech 3 team. It's all kicking off. That would be Adam Sasaki gone down with a few other. I didn't see other men go down. And behind me is one of the title contenders of Pedro Acosta. He's right in behind me. So I'm going to have to try and push like hell to catch Yuki Kuni right in front of me. And he's on just 1 point at the moment, P15. So again, another tough start to the race. It's going to be my first dry laps of the weekend. The bike feels better in the dry, but I don't have any references in the dry now, so it's going to be a couple of laps of exploration before I can get up to speed. Pedro Costa sticking right behind me. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to see, can I catch Yuki Kuni in front of me? If I can't catch him as he comes up at the inside of me and that gives me a little tap. What I might do, a strategy, is into maybe turn 1, or even here, have I left him through? I might leave Pedro Acosta go, because he should have way better pace. I've run it quite wide there now, cut it back for the late apex. He still doesn't pass me, but as I was saying, maybe if I leave him through, use him as a tow, get him to pull me through. But I'm strong in this sector now, so I'm going to push to the line and see, can I get a good drive up the hill. So I'm just bang on at the moment for fuel, so I'm going to need to watch that, putting it up to power 3 for the straights just to maximise performance. So come down the hill, bit of a head shake, nothing too dramatic. So we have Mino as well behind us, so we have quite some fast riders behind us, so we need to really pick up the pace. I need to get in a bit of rhythm as I run wide, front bobbling, and Pedro Acosta Jr. I didn't lose too much time to him, so I'm going to just try and latch onto the back of him as I fall to P17, touching the curb. I just need to get in the rhythm now. I need to get in behind Pedro Acosta and see can he pull me through. In theory, he should have top 5 pace, which in this field, at this far back, he should be able to cut through the top 15 into the top 10 quite comfortably. And if hopefully, over the next few laps, if I can stick with him, he might be able to drag me through. He hasn't dropped me yet, so that's positive. He's about 0.6 of a second, yeah, around that ahead of me. Get a wheelie over the crest, and we come down into Craig Jones' corner. What a corner on a Moto3 bike. Flat out. So as we bring him back into this tight right-hander, lost another 10, so he is pulling away a touch, but I'm feeling he will hit traffic up behind the 15th place man, Yuki Kuni, and hopefully I can get on the back of him and just go through with him, because I'm coming into the sector, the track where I'm most strong. I take a very wide line. I take a nice tight apex and get on the power a bit earlier. Much more of a Moto3 line. They kind of go for a much GP line where they have squared off. You can see Costa goes out wide. I'm right on the inside curb and I'm flat. I got a great drive. I've pulled 2 tenths in on the last corner, 3 tenths now as I put the power. No, I'll leave the power actually because I'm quite a bit under fuel. I'm going to try and get on the back wheel of him because he's caught up to Yuki Kuni, but now he's just stuck behind him. So hopefully as he pushes his way through, I'll be able to slide on through as well. So now I'm right on the back of him and getting much better rhythm now, getting up to speed with the Portimao track in the dry. Oh, rear end just having a little bite at me there. Somebody coming up to blind turn 6. I'm in hot just a bit. Managed to pull it down to first gear. Now I'm right up on the back of Pedro Acosta. They're actually holding me up a touch now. But Pedro Acosta goes for a audacious move around the outside. Will he be able to hold it and get it done? I don't know. And he's nearly has it, and he's done it. That's a fantastic move. The young 16-year-old Spaniard getting a brilliant move on the overtake of Cooney done. Down into Craig Jones' corner again as we flick a right coming up over the hill. I go up the inside. No, I'm not close enough. So again now I can't afford Pedro Acosta to go because I think my pace is relying on him. You can see already Yuki Kuni now is holding me up, and I can see I have a massive moment on the curbs. Massive slap sideways. The bike just didn't like the curb as I go for the inside here. I'll get a bit of a snap on oversteer. Yuki Kuni's just on my outside. Will I be able to cut it underneath him and get a good drive? Quick look to my left. I don't see him. He's behind me. Oh, he looks like he's after having a moment coming out of the corner because he's a good bit behind. And once again, I am power 3 now. This time I've saved up enough fuel that I can blow a bit to get back up to the leaders of this pack anyway. I have a great run on Carlos Tatai. And a 1 minute 50.8, so about half a second off of John McPhee's fastest lap of the race so far, as Carlos Tate comes back at me. Now Pedro Acosta just ahead. He is Dupasquire ahead of him as I leave Carlos Tate again running it deep into the corner, and I get it tight on the curb. I get a good run on him though if I can get him into turn 6. Drive straight on past him. Mignal Sir maneuver. So again, I'm after losing just almost a second to Pedro Acosta, so hopefully Dupasquire can just hold him up in a few of these corners and I can make my way back onto him, because again, like I said a million times, he is the key to my race to getting points. I am riding at my limits here trying to catch him. Downhill through this fast left. The bike really G's out. It's a great feeling. Pedro Acosta trying a very very brave move around the outside. He'll have the inside for the next left, and he's done it. Pedro Acosta pulling off some brilliant moves here. We are really been blessed to watch a great riding show from him today. Now, can I... Whoa, big slide out of the third last corner. Now, we should be able to catch, maybe not pass, but catch them into the last corner and get a run on them up the hill. I'm going to put the power up early and get right down the curb. The bike feels like it's going to slide out every lap there. As I get an absolute brilliant run on Duke Squire and I get up the hill, catching Pedro Acosta a good amount. Now, can I just pull into slipstream? I'm going to put the power down because with fuel, for the whole first sector, I'm going to put the fuel on. I hit another 1 minute 50.8, so my pace is pretty good once I'm behind Costa. I'm right on the back from now again. Now I'm really at my limits here trying to keep up with him. He's, see, I get in hot again into this corner. So up the hill now again, third gear. I'm going to put the power back up because I basically can't afford not to. Into turn 6, I'm up behind Pedro Costa. I run it a bit deep. Really struggling. I'm literally on the ragged edge. At any moment I could lose this just because I'm taking so many risks on corner entry and the way I'm picking up the throttle. So he's catching Yarmolenko, a man I was behind in qualifying, but seems to be hopefully levelling out a bit. And I've touched the cart and I'm down. I'm down. I just said it only half a lap ago that I would on the ragged edge and I could lose at any moment. And I'm in the middle of the track and riders are flying past me at serious speeds as I have to run and collect the bike. That's my race done. I'm not going to get back into it now. As you can see in the graphics, my tyres on the left side and the right side on the front were shot. Oh, I'm even facing the wrong way. We are miles behind now. It all started from the start of the race when I got a poor launch, got collected in other people's crash, got pulled out wide, and yeah, my race was, I was up against it then for the rest of the race. I really had quite a bit of a riding on my limits for most of that race. I was behind Pedro Acosta. So it's going to be a big fat 0 for this one. We're going to just bring it into the pits, retire the bike. There is no point going on because we are 25 seconds behind the last man. So disappointing end to a tough weekend. We have Harret next, one of my favourite tracks. I have a few bits coming. Shake it head for me. Felt like I could have got a top 10 maybe if Acosta could have pulled me through to a top 10 to would have recovered for a good weekend, but shake it head again. As you see, John McPhee comes out victorious. I finish all the way at the back, so it's going to be bad news again for the championship. We drop even further back. We are down to out of the top 10. No, we're in top 10. We're just 3 points clear of Tatsuki Suzuki in 10th, but already nearly 2 race wins behind John McPhee. So we have to get some upgrades from KTM and just hope that we can either get the upgrades from KTM and just make that gap up in the distance, because we're struggling so much for race pace and one-off pace, or else get an offer for a Honda somewhere. But no, I'm not. I don't know if I can win this title. It's already. It started so well in Qatar, so well. Got on the podium after a great scrap, and I had so much pace. It felt brilliant, and ever since then, it's just been downhill. It's been wet. I've just had bad weekends. So I'm gonna leave this one here. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, we'll have better looking Jerez next week, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.